Fourth place in the AFC North versus first place in the AFC North. We got the Bengals versus the Ravens. Both these teams, the Bengals, have slowly turned their season around. Yes, they lost last week to MVP frontrunner CJ Stroud. We'll get into that in a little bit. So with the Cincinnati Bengals coming off a loss to the Texans, 30-27, hard-fought game, went down to the complete end. And then you have the Ravens, who are coming off a divisional loss to the Browns, 33-31. Lamar has come under a lot of scrutiny as of late because of his touchdown to turnover ratio. Shannon Sharp was on ESPN saying he's only thrown as many touchdowns this year as Mac Jones, and it's gone above everyone's heads. And that's probably in most part because the Ravens are first in the AFC North, and they sit at 7-3. That's a very good record. That puts you in prime position for a potential bye coming out of the AFC for the playoffs. We thought the Bengals would be up there with them, but unfortunately they started the season off 1-3. That one win coming against the lowly Rams. So on Thursday night, this is their second meeting of the season. I'm going to go with the Bengals in this one, 23-20. The Bengals have been on fire, and I think they caught stride at a perfect time. They blew out the Cardinals. They blew out the 49ers. And then versus Buffalo, put a hurting on Josh Allen and company, which we've seen this year isn't hard to do. But nevertheless, the team they struggled with in that stretch was the Texans, which the Texans are really, really hot. The Ravens, the reason I'm not picking them to win this game is because of Lamar. And they also have some injury questions, and it is a short week. That could come into play as well. Lamar has to find a way in the biggest of moments for the Ravens to show up. Terrific in the regular season. I think we're all waiting for him to hit that next level in his stardom, which is getting a championship. Unfortunately, in the playoffs, he's not that guy. He comes up really small in the biggest of biggest moments. Lamar does. So, yeah, I'm going to rock with the Bengals 23-20 on this one. I think Joe Burrow and the rest of the Bengals definitely picked themselves up. I definitely think the whole squad's going to get up for this game, as will the Ravens. But like I said, I don't believe in the Ravens long term. I think the Bengals are now catching this stride. They struggled because obviously with Joe Burrow coming off the injury, he wasn't looking too good. Now they're finding this stride. Jamar Chase is doing his thing. That defense is picking up. But if that Ravens defensive line can wreak havoc on that Bengals offensive line, it's going to be a long day. That is a major question on the Bengals. That's probably their biggest question over there in Cincinnati, the offensive line. And the Ravens defense, I believe, is top 5. If not, they lead the league in sacks. So that's a major problem. If you can put pressure on the quarterback, that's always a recipe for winning. But regardless of that, I think as a whole, as a team, I think the Bengals are ready for this stretch. Mid-November, going into December. So I'm going with the Bengals in this one, 23-20.